प्यार
I got faith to carry blood all over my body. Oh god, it's another meat cannon video. Oh lord. Oh my god. Okay. You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. Bro, I hate men. I'm on my man hating shit at this point. I'm genuinely, I'm kidding, but like, you know what I'm talking about when I say I fucking hate fucking dirty cash one fucking time. It's not their fault. It's their mother's fault. That's how I feel right now. Cause like, the stuff they be doing just don't make like a sense. And nobody, not even them. Like I feel like they don't even understand what they're doing. They just do it. Real quickly put this thing in a thing, and then I will return. Or not return, like I'm going somewhere. I will actually do the thing. Oh wait. Delete it. I'm supposed to do copy the invite is what I need to do. Give me a second. Come on. Oh, did I fucking do it? Or how long did it go? Give me a second. Like, okay, thankfully I think it looped. Yeah, it looped. So it's like, okay. Okay, good, okay. So I got that, I got that. I think I'm done. Yes, I think I am. So, oh, my bad. I forgot that. Yeah, I forgot. Read that. Sorry about that. And then this. There we go. There we go. So, I'm gonna tell you guys about. Well, you guys can draw with me, and I will tell you guys about. Actually, let me set it up in the YouTube thing too, as well. Like, but I will tell you guys about why I'm getting sick and tired of dudes. Like, genuinely, like, I'm tired. Like, shit doesn't make sense. Not all dudes, it's just specifically I'm talking to dudes right now, and that's so I'm just addressing them as such. But, yeah, it's getting on my damn nerves. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can do that, actually. Because YouTube is weird with me changing, like, the parts of it or whatever. This is kind of it. This is kind of an impromptu stream, so. Okay, sorry, wait. No. Please, keyboard, don't do this. There we go. Okay. So I put on the thing, and okay, we're good. We're good. We're great. We're gravy. We're Gucci. Everything's alright. Alright. Hi. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Great? I'm not. We're gonna talk about a little bit of dating. And I'll tell you why in a second. Give me a second. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, if me telling you how I feel with reasoning behind it is complicated, then yeah. Yeah, I usually tend to tell people exactly how I feel so they understand what I'm feeling. And that does transfer over to sex, usually too. I'm not just gonna do stuff that I don't like. If you just want to pick the place, that's fine. We can really go wherever. Okay. Sorry. Hi, I see you. Sup? It's better for people to know than to find out the hard way. I don't understand what's happening right now. Why is this happening? I'm getting angry. Oh, okay. Let's talk about why I hate men. Cool, cool, cool. I think I already changed the thing back, right? Yes, I did. Sorry. But hello. So, as you know, I see like that. And so I've been on a lot of dating apps. Specifically, I'm on OkCupid, right? And being on there is hella frustrating because it's just a bunch of men, immature, that can't really do communicate. That's where they know what communication is, and then immediately just don't fucking do it. And so I tend to date whoever, right? I date people my age. I date people older than me. I don't care. And the thing that really kicks me is the people that come to me that are older than me think that they can just do whatever because, well, you're younger and I can just give you that excuse. You are not my parent. That's abusive parenting, first of all. But you're not my parent. You cannot tell me to jump and I'm going to jump. And especially if I tell them that, like, I'm shy and I'm introverted, I don't talk like that, like, it's not that type of thing, they assume that, oh, that means I can just do whatever, say whatever to me, however. And I'm just trying to explain to them, like, nah, fam, that's not how it is. That's not what's happening here. What? Give me a second. I'm arguing with this guy, so you're gonna hear me arguing with this man. I don't care because it's very frustrating. It's part of the problem. I want you guys to hear part of the problem. No. Quite the opposite, actually. I like to be able to give up control to people. But if they don't understand me, then that's where the miscommunications happen. I'm a submissive, shy person by nature. But if I don't talk and tell someone something, they're not going to understand how I feel. Then I'm just sitting there unhappy. And confused why. I gotta proofread what I say because sometimes I be speaking nonsense. Yeah. By the way, the person I'm talking to says they are a therapist. And I'm just like, you could have fooled me. By the conversation we're having, you could have fooled me. You're a therapist, my guy. You could have fooled me. But I tend to have a difficulty with people because I genuinely am a person who communicates. I don't lie and say I know how to communicate when I do not know how to communicate. If I don't understand something, if I am confused, you need to clarify. And I will tell you, hey, I'm confused. I don't understand this. I don't get this. I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna lie to you and say I know what something is or make an assumption or just throw something out there and see if that's what it is. I'm gonna make something as like a question mark statement or like, I don't understand this. You know what I mean? Or I think I understand. Is this what you're trying to say? And then you can clarify further if you would like to. I genuinely like communication. So when it comes to these guys, right? It's very frustrating because they don't. They say they want communication when they really just want somebody to bark at. I ain't that bitch. Like, it's sorry, I had to read what this guy's saying. I'm just like, I'm already like over you right now. And I kind of want to argue more because I feel like maybe it's just a miscommunication. But that's another thing about me is that I'll gaslight myself, swearing up and down that like I'm the problem when I'm really not the fucking problem. And I'll keep saying that to myself, and it's that's the thing. That's the drawback, I would say. Of hold on, give me a second. What the fuck is this? Give me a second. Sorry. I have to stop for like 2 seconds because what the fuck is this, bro? What is this? Oh god. Another thing I want to talk about, but I'll talk about that in a minute. My point is that it's very hard for me to date older people because they tend to be a stick in the mud. Like they know what they know, and they're right 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 and they're right, and you can't tell them shit about it. I'm not that person. I like hearing how other people feel, and whether I think I'm right or not, it doesn't really matter. I want to know how you feel so I can understand how you work and what I have to do to then accommodate, most likely depending on what it is, accommodate how you feel so we can come together and we can come to an understanding, not so I can be right or I can tell you what the actual right thing is to do. That's not really what it is. I will give you suggestions, but if you don't care to hear them or you don't want them or you just then it's like, okay, I just wanted to see if I could, but if you don't want, you can do whatever. If that works for you, that works for you. If it's not working for you, I'll help you feel it can work for you. It doesn't fucking matter. And so, with that being said, I have these men who come to me thinking that I'm that person who just needs to fucking be saved, which I have problems. Don't get me wrong. I have many, of many's, of many's, of many's, of many's, of many's, of many's, of many's problems. And I know it. And I recognize that and I understand it. And I don't really have any problem expressing that. But if you take every problem I have and make it so like I don't know, if it's so bad, if you make my problems out to be so bad to where you make it seem as if I can't make decisions or talk for myself, like I am a child, like I am a baby, that's where my problems come out. Just because I have anxiety does not mean I don't know how my anxiety works. Just because I'm almost sure ADHD at this point doesn't mean I don't know how that shit works, especially because I had a boyfriend who had it. So I needed, because I cared about him, I needed to know how that shit works so I can understand him, so I can be more like understanding of like why he does the things that he does. You know what I mean? Just because I low-key have autism doesn't mean that I can't make choices for myself or I don't understand myself or I just never took the time to do this, that, and third. Maybe some other bitch did, but I'm not that other bitch. Okay? I'm not every single person, and that's the thing that's been bothering me about people in general lately, is making me feel like I'm like everybody else. And that's something I hate, is when people put like this peg on people. It's frustrating. Don't act like I'm every other person. I don't care how similar we are. I am not every other person. I'm not everybody. Okay, also hello, I see you. I see you drawing. It's horrible. Well, I'm not every other person. I'm not everybody. Okay? That's not what I am. I'm not that. And it's not explain it. It's just frustrating. It's just maddening watching someone tell you who you are when they don't even know your last name. You know what I mean? Someone tell you who they are when they don't even know you as they have known you for a month. Some people have known me for like some days, a month. not anything more. They want to tell me exactly who I am because I'm similar to them in a sense that I have the same problems. As if everybody with the same problem has as if every person with ADHD has the exact same problems. They have the exact same thing. No, they don't. They literally don't. If everything could be cured by the same shit, it would have been done by now. It's not how it works. That shit is on a spectrum. Most things, most problems are on a spectrum. Some people have this, some people have this more severely. Some people don't. Some people, shit is different. People have different experiences. And I'm sorry if I went away for a minute. I had to do something. But it's all different. It's not, nobody's the same. Like, I get that we are similar, we just are not the same. And so for grown adults or people past the age of 20 trying to tell me that they know exactly who I am when they've known me for a month, it is infuriating. Because it's not something it's not somebody you can have a conversation with. It's just not. They'll just shut you down and then move the goalpost when literally when you not even give them the energy back. You just try to explain to them that maybe that they're fucking wrong. They'll call you manipulative. They'll try to use buzzwords. They'll move the goalpost and be like, well, I don't like that you do this X, Y, and Z, even though they've done it like 5 times to you. I can't handle it. That's all it's fucking been. It's fucking maddening, bro. And I swear it's up here and it's in the water. I'm not saying everybody up here does it. I'm not saying that it's just the people up here and nobody else does it. I'm just saying specifically the people up here right now that I am in contact with, they do it. And it's kind of hard to find people who don't. But I keep holding out that, somebody's going to be different. Because I'm sure there is some people that are different. I just haven't found them yet. But it's just, I'm saying this all in a general term. This is not me genuinely saying that everybody else up here is like this. In a generalizing statement, it's in the water here. A lot of people are like this, and the worst of the worst. And I just tend to find the worst of the worst. Unfortunately, anyways. And so for me, it's just been a clusterfuck of emotions lately because I just want somebody that I can talk to. And when it's so bad, and it's gotten to this point of where, I can't do that. You know what I mean? I genuinely feel like every man that I have come in contact with, recently, if nothing, that I've tried to talk to, I cannot talk to them. I'll start off telling them stuff, yeah, I'm gonna be very open and honest and trusting, and I immediately take whatever I say, whatever that trust I give them, and they merely just are like, no, let me use this to basically let me use this small amount of information to diagnose your entire life instead of actually getting to know all the information and going off of that. That'd be different if they got all of my information and went off of that instead of getting off of the small things and then bullying me when it's not right. You know what I mean? Not bullying me, but shitting on me or picking on me when it's not right. Because when I tell them yeah, no, that's not exactly how it is. No. I've seen it done 400 times and obviously that you're that person. I'm just like, I'm not. You know what I mean? You ever hear somebody, it's like, and I think I know this is probably a bad sign, when someone tries to explain something specific to me, because they don't think I know what they're talking about, and I'm just sitting here listening to them as if I don't know exactly what they're talking about, and I don't literally understand exactly what they fucking mean. Or they'll tell me that this is a symptom of this or something like that, and I'm like, bro, I know this already. Just because you know something doesn't mean it makes it hard or easier for you to do it. That's why I don't have, or I still have the problems I fucking do now. It's very easy to be like, yeah, you have this problem. It's a lot harder to actually go through and get help for that problem. I.e. these people with obvious problems and obvious control issues. You know what? I'm not even gonna bring that up because that's gonna piss me off if I say something about it. But I'll tell you about this. The guy I'm talking to right fucking now, right fucking now. just told me I have control issues because I explained to them, hey, yeah, I like to tell people exactly how I'm feeling and what I'm feeling so they know how I'm feeling so they can act accordingly to how I feel, especially when it comes to sexually, because sexually, I want someone to know exactly what I want so we can have some understanding in that sense. He's like, oh, yeah, well, you're controlling. So you're controlling. And it's just like, if me telling somebody how I feel so they can understand is controlling, so you're not just sitting there questioning why I don't like this, is controlling, then yeah, I'm not, and that's not controlling. But sure, you can think that. And like trying to explain to him and this other guy that they are controlling, I would never explain to the other guy they're not. But trying to explain to anybody that they are controlling is literally like trying to explain to like the government we shouldn't have our rights taken away. Like it's just impossible. And I don't like to say that, but it is because I'm just like, bro, I just, I just want, like, I'm just trying to communicate how I feel to you, and even like me just saying, I told you guys just now because I did the message with you, like, hey, yeah, I'm a submissive person by nature. I tend to not, you know what I mean? Like, I tend to not be aggressive or anything like that. Like I tend to be more submissive. I just in general have to tell people like how I'm feeling or they're not going to understand it and they're going to make a bunch of assumptions and it's just going to end up problems. And it's frustrating because I saying that, but I know for a fact I end up just being submissive anyways. You know what I mean? Of like, well, I guess they just don't understand, but like da da da. And it's like it shouldn't be a thing of where I can't tell a grown person. These aren't people my age. It'd be different if it was my age. I give them leeway at that point. These are people who are in their 30s and 40s and like can't hear the word no. Or can't hear the word maybe you're wrong or maybe can't like nothing. And I'm just like sitting here just trying to explain to them like, bro, I just don't feel that, or no, that's just not what I'm feeling, or no, that's just not what's happening, or let me explain to you why. Like it's not like I'm just saying that because they'll try to cut me down like I am. I like no, I'm not saying that just because. I'm saying that for X, Y, and Z reasons they just don't want to hear it. Because it makes them feel like, no, I'm not right in this situation. And it's just a bunch of right fighters, and it's just so tiring, bro. Like it just must be so tiring being right all the fucking time, but wrong at the same time, or being alone at the same time. You know what I mean? That's the thing that pisses me off, and it's always been like very bothersome to me because people act as if that's the thing that's always been irritating me. People act like I'm alone because of what I do, when it's really not that. And again, it's that thing of people not hearing me, and that's why they assume. I promise you, I am not alone. I am not single because somebody broke up with me. That sounds bad to my ex because we still talk. You better not be listening to this here. I don't think so. We're gonna hope and pray. I'm not alone right now because somebody didn't want to talk to me or somebody didn't want to do this X, Y, and Z. I had to cut off those relationships because I'm the person they be leaning on. They weren't gonna cut it off with me because I was a benefit to them. I had to cut it off because I realized it was toxic. Not even no, I mean my ex too, but like it's different when you tell me that people cut it off with you for a certain reason, and they cut it off with I had to cut it off with them because like it. Not even trying to say that, and not even trying to do that in their face or anything. But it's very irritating when they try to make me feel like that's what it is. Like, oh no, people just cut you off because you're like you're unstable or you're not this or you're not that and you need to do this and then that's what like if you just listen to me, if you just let me control your life, then you'll get what you need. And I'm just like, bro, you haven't got what you needed. We're in the same boat. Why are you acting like you are better than me? Or that you know more than me when you are having a conversation with me about something I already fucking know. But I can't tell you that because you won't believe me. Because again, then you'll move the goalpost. Well, it's not exactly that. It's something exactly the same, but I'm rewarded a little bit differently. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, I hate when people treat me like I'm dumb. I'm not. I promise you, I'm not fucking dumb. Like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's irritating. Just because I don't know every fucking thing. It's because I don't act like I fucking know everything when I obviously don't. Because some of these people literally will act like they know everything. And they'll be saying shit and I'll be like, actually, there's a reasoning behind I don't want to hear it. That's all I mean. That's all I hear. Is that I don't want to hear it. I don't want to, I don't care. I don't, it is that. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. Because everything's not right and wrong. Sometimes it's just someone has a different experience. You do not know how fucking bad I want to call somebody racist right now. But I'm trying to be so nice to them. Because they're just so ignorant. And like, I can't get into specific. It's just, I've never wanted to scream more in my life. It would be nice if I could get to know you a little bit better. Excuse me. A burp came out. Are you making a realistic fish? Why is that? Why does that look like a prop off of SpongeBob? What is it? That fish was so scared. I was like, "Is that fish? Fish?" That scared the shit out of me when I looked over there. I was like, "What? Is that a fish? Are you making a fish? It's a fish." No, but I'm sorry. I'm peppering you with my relationship problems. Men just suck, you know. And it be men because it be that I don't know if it is up. It's just up here or like what it is. It will be that like what's the word I'm looking for? That type of like I have to be right about everything because I need to be the secure one in the relationship or whatever the case may be. And it's just like, bro, y'all be the most insecure, like tantrum throwing bitches of life. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like I just don't get how the ones that don't know how to communicate have to be like for some reason like they need to be the ones that are in charge in the relationship. I just don't get that. I don't understand. Again, if it was like I don't like this pose at all. I always do. I always start something and never fucking finish it. I have this problem. Don't be like me. I'm the worst of us. I promise you, I have a entire folder that was a random shit I started. Will never finish. I'm gonna be honest with you. Will never finish it. And I just don't care. I'm that type of lazy bitch. And if you want to fight me about it, I mean, you can. Fight me. Like, inspiration comes so quickly to me that honestly I think I'm starting to like need to start doing sketches and just keeping my sketches as line work because actually finishing line work all that stuff I need to be able to do stuff quick and just get it out of my fucking mind because there at one point it's just like if this stays in my mind for a little bit too long then it's never gonna see the light of day. It just doesn't. Do 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 do. It's like I get so frustrated, I think, because I feel like in general this idea of like everybody has to be the same or everybody has to do it a certain way or stuff like that, and it's just like you don't have to actually. It just must be tiring all the time having to like be like, you know what I mean, be something that you have to work to be, if that makes sense. Like at one point when it comes to especially improving yourself, I feel like specifically you work to be that because that's what you want to be that day, if that makes sense. Like if you want to be one day, rather, if that makes sense. Like you want that to be who you are forever. But if you have to work to be something just so people will like you, not because you want it, but because other people want that for you, you're not working to be something that you want to be. You're working to be something somebody else wants you to be. And at that point, if you're making yourself miserable. And I just couldn't. I just couldn't understand. I just can't understand that line of thinking. I never could. Of like doing something actively to make yourself miserable. For who? For somebody else? And for what? What is the payoff? The payoff is never there. I think we all want it to be desperately, but the payoff is never fucking there. To be perfectly honest with you, you're never gonna get that payoff that you think you're gonna get from doing this. It's like, well, I'll get this good job. You hate this job. No one's ever done that. No one's ever gotten this quote unquote good job. You always end up at the end of the day shitting on that job because you fucking hate it, because it sucks ass. Everybody there sucks ass. Like, you're not happy. Stop pretending to be. Why are you doing this to yourself? It's literally like watching somebody torture themselves. Don't get me wrong, everything that makes you happy necessarily isn't healthy or good for you. But honestly, like, we can find a way where it is. This isn't. This isn't it. What am I doing with this? Choop. Choop. I'm using a reference right now, so don't think this is coming off the dome. It's not. Did anybody really think that? No? Okay. Good. So, but yeah, it's getting like it's getting pretty sad nowadays. And I told this guy, and this is why I kept telling him, this is why I wanted to explain to them, and I never want to be very blunt and like aggressive with it. I try to want to ease them into it so I don't make it very obvious, like, I'm not talking about you. You're not the one, you know? But I was trying to explain to him, like, the way my lifestyle is set up, I don't do things for other people in the sense of like, I'm not like I'm gonna compromise every single fucking thing in my life until it changes my entire thing. I don't like doing that. And I don't want to do that. And I'm not going to do that. I will go so far with it before it's like, okay, we're gonna stop. I don't try to use like, oh, before it's toxic, because then that's their hang up. Oh, well, this isn't toxic. Oh, well, I'm not toxic. And then if I try to explain to them that they're toxic, that's when I start hurting their feelings. Because I'll do that. I'll go from like, oh, maybe to like, no, here is A to B why you are toxic, why this thing is toxic, evidence about why it's toxic, and why you're probably a terrible person. And then I just end up shitting on them, and I don't want to shit on them, but it's just the truth. It's just the truth. I don't say anything because of how I feel, just my experiences. I take all types of experiences, knowledge. I will give you a whole rubric of why you are an asshole, and that makes me seem like more of an asshole. So I try not to even do that. But I was trying to explain to this guy, like, the way my lifestyle is set up and how I do things, I'm very particular of why I do certain things. Not because people want me to, but because I have gathered the information to tell me this is what I want to do, and there's reasoning behind me doing it. This is why I don't give people a set-by-set rubric of why they suck. Because that's not something I want to do, even though I can do that. Even though I wouldn't be wrong on doing that, because most of the time they ask. But I'm not going to fucking do that, because that's not who I want to be. That's not what I want to do. And to try to explain that to somebody I told them, like, it's really difficult. You have to experience what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And it just was like in one ear and out the fucking other of everything I just said. And we just fucking met. So I'm just like, and you say that you swear that you're a therapist, which I don't not believe him, but I kind of don't believe him. Because I'm just like, you're either a really shitty therapist, like one I would never go to or never recommend anybody to go to, or like, because, yeah. And so I'm just sitting here like, this isn't gonna work. And even with all the stuff that we have said, he never gave an apology. He never said any of that type of stuff. He was never sorry for what he did. But the only thing that he's really genuinely respond to is now is like, good, I like girls that are submissive. Like, and I'm just like, gross. Like, that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling a very, that's gross. And like, I don't, maybe I'm just not cut out for people or the people that I'm going for, which is just everyday people, and maybe you know what I mean? Because I understand that, like, yeah, everybody's situation, and in most cases, like, most people's situation is not fit for a lifestyle like mine, where like all I do is think. I think about what I say, what I do, how I do it, and if you genuinely feel like I did, it could be years later, and you feel like I did something wrong to you, then I can genuinely understand and empathize with that. Like it's not a whole rigmarole about it. There's no, well, I gotta fight you or I think I'm right. I could be like, you know what, that was 10 years ago, and I'm pretty sure I explained to you why I felt the way I felt. But you know what? Yeah, yeah. I could totally see how you found that as a problem, or you found that as disrespectful, or that hurt you, or something like that. And I'm genuinely sorry for that. And I feel like that's difficult to find somehow. It's very difficult to find somebody who feels that same way. Because there will be times when, like, I realize that I can't be in an actual, like, real relationship with people. How can I explain this? If you can't understand that I don't want you doing something or something has hurt me until I have a breakdown, that is my sign that I could never. And that's kind of why I'm not with the partner I was currently with a while ago. Is because that kind of what it was. And to be fair, it's a whole thing with him as unmarked trauma, but I realized that, like, I cannot be with him, or I could not be with him, because it would take breakdowns for him to understand, like, I'm dead serious about, like, me. And it shouldn't take, I to this day don't understand that. It would never and does never take me seeing you break down or hurt that much, you know what I mean, for me to ever be able, like, even to people who are assholes to me, they have told me something once, and it also could be part of my anxiety, and maybe that's why I don't understand, and that's why I wish to understand. But from what I understand so far, when they have told me, like, hey, don't do this thing, it stops. It's different, and you know what I'm talking about. It's different when people forget. If you forget that something happened, and I tell you again, and you stop immediately, that still counts. That still counts. It doesn't mean that you need to remember forever. If you ever mess up, then I'm just leaving you immediately. It's just, if I tell you, this is hurting me. This is not a nice thing, whether it's because I know it's not, whether it's because I feel it's not, whether it's just a little gut feeling in my thing, and that it takes you seeing me break down, have a panic attack, have an anxiety attack, stop talking to you, shut down mentally, for you to then take it seriously. I couldn't. I can't do that because I can't understand. I could never understand how it takes somebody that much. And when I say I can never understand, I mean, like, in my natural state of being. I can't imagine myself ever doing that. I can understand. There are several reasons, whether it's mentally, whether it's because of something that happened in your life that I genuinely can understand. You know what I mean? When I say I never can understand, I mean it could never be me. Could never be me. You know what I mean? So for me to find it's a red flag. It's a burning red. It's a hot, fiery doo-doo red flag for somebody to do that to me. Because it's not that you didn't listen, it's not that you didn't, it's that it took that for you to take it seriously. You know what I mean? And taking it seriously could literally just being like, okay, I see, and ending there. You know what I mean? It's not for you, and then it's even worse when it's like, I'm a people pleaser. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with that. I really am. And so, like, when it comes to other people pleasers too, I know that thing of like we tend to like not understand that there are certain boundaries that we just cross and we just aren't right for each other, and then and we just don't listen. It's the whole thing. It's like you know, and it's and we just be like no, I can make it better because I can. And it's like no, that's not who you are. You're just a people pleaser, so you just pretend to be something different. That's not who you are. And I know for a fact that sometimes certain things people want or certain things people need, I'm not that for them. I can't be that. I've had to come to the terms with like I can't be everything for people because sometimes I'm not the thing that they need. I want to be, but I'm not. And it's a whole thing. You know? Oh, that's so cute. I like that little. That is so cute. It's just little fish. That fish is the whole thing. Beautiful, adorable, love it. We stand fishy person. I know I'm gonna end up moving the heart. I'll just put it there. Oh, is it me? Oh my god! My heart is here. I really should have. I need to edit the video I have. I have a video up for this week. I have a video that I'm supposed to put up this week. My period came in. I have PCOS, so that period is debilitating, and it's just on like its second, third day. So it's better now. I'm not dying anymore, but first 2 days were just like, God, take me out. Please release me from this life. But I'm good now. But like, thank you so much because like I've been going through it, and these people have been killing me. You know what I mean? And like, it's just, you know, and I just, it's so much. It's so much. Thank you so much. I don't even know what that thing is on the side of the thing, but I don't really understand entirely. But you guys are just so great. It's just beautiful, and I just my attention is just everywhere. But like, yeah, it's just been the hearts next to them. I didn't even know. I just everybody get the heart, even the doo doo over here. But no, like, it's just not wrong. You do it. Do you so much? Oh, that's why I see your comments. Yeah, hi. I see you, and I'm glad that you felt what I was saying, because, like, I know what it is. I know it's not just me. I know it's not just me. It can't just be me. But yeah, it's been getting pretty rough in that sense. And like I think about this stuff and I constantly reflect on everything I do and how I say and how I come off to other people and how I might make other people feel and things like that. And I'm a big, and I know everybody's not like this. This is exactly what I mean of like, everybody's not like it, or everybody's not gonna be great for me. I'm not gonna be able to like convert everybody to being like the perfect boyfriend or perfect relationship for me. It's not, that's not how it works. I'm a big advocate of like, I was never shown. There are a lot of things I won't do for myself that I do for other people. You know what I mean? It's not because I want to show these people some random fantasy of what I could be. It's because I just genuinely have that disconnect of like, you're never going to see me stand up for myself. You're never going to see me do anything for myself. If something happens to me, if something comes and hurts me, that is something I will just take. It just happened. It is what it is. I'm not going to do anything about it. Let it hurt somebody else. Someone I care about. I've tried to kill people. I've tried to beat people. Hurt them. And have hurt them for other people. And I'll do it again. And I don't really give a fuck. That's why it's easier when it comes to me responding to videos about other people. Because it's easier for me to defend or not defend other people than it is for me to do something like defend myself, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So it's easier for me to do stuff like that. But again, what I was trying to say by all that is like, that's just who I am. Of like, even that little disconnect right there can confuse people, and it's just, you know what? I remember what I originally was start off saying, because I go on these tangents and I don't even remember what the fuck I was trying to say. In short, that's why it's difficult for me to date older men, because they're stuck in their ways, and when I have somebody like me that thinks like that, it just doesn't work out sometimes. And that's not all older men. A lot of guys that are older than me understand this and can relate, or they're similar. You know what I mean? Um, and that's cool. But a lot of the ones that I come across that I want to date don't. So I am a lonely bitch in that sense. Younger guys are a totally different thing. Guys that are my age or similar, or maybe even just 25. Right, let's go with 25. Excuse me. That's a whole different ballpark. And we're going to talk about that right now. Let me continue drawing. I'm sorry, I put my thing down because I need to get a drink of water before I turn into dust. Anybody else drink water as if they're gonna die? It's like, I've been in the desert for 17 days. It's either this water or my grave. No, but let's talk about younger guys, and that's a whole other thing. Oh my god. It's like talking to a banana peel. I just don't understand. Just like, if somebody's my age and they're a male, can you explain it? What is wrong with y'all? is like, is it just because you're coming out of your trauma, like first, like just out of cocoon, out of your trauma, or like what is it? Like, what are y'all doing to your kids to where this is what it is? Like, you know. But also, random question: what are the best dating apps / site you've ever used? If you ever want to get people who are actually looking for some form of relationship, and you want to get like a good what's the word I'm looking for? You want to get a vast, good, like diversity of people. I always say, okay, Cupid. Now, if you're someone like me who is, by the way, can we talk about this? Because I want to talk about my sexuality a little bit. The Pride Month's over, so I feel like I should. No, I'm going to, but when it comes to being a certain sexuality, specifically for me, I'm bisexual. I'm really pansexual, but I think I'm bisexual makes the old people understand what the fuck that means. And pansexual, they'll ask more questions. And I think people also confuse that with just being poly, and that's a totally different thing. You can be bisexual, and it. My point is, technically I'm pansexual. Let's go bisexual for right now. It's, no, I mean let's go pan because that's what I am. I just say I'm bisexual so it's easier for people to understand. But it's technically pan. But I don't know. I count pan and bisexuality the same thing because I always just assumed that when we said like bisexuality that we weren't being like super literal with it of like that means we just date who we'll just date both in the sense of we'll just date whoever. But I guess technically there are people out there who only literally date females and males and they specifically mean biological, or they just date females and males. They're not dating people who are they them, like they're just not here for that. So technically no. So then I guess technically pan. Let's go pan. This me stop trying to identify myself in this most like I'm coming out type way. I'm pansexual, right? So I date anybody. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay, Cupid has this bad problem of like they will give you a 92-year-old man before they give you a woman. They genuinely, if I want to specifically get a little bit more girl matches just to even things out, because I don't care if you're a girl or a guy, I don't care, but just to even things out, if I want to get more girl matches, I literally have to take away every type of cis male. Oh, I have to take all that away. I have to be like, I want either a bisexual woman or a lesbian or like a trans woman. I'm not looking for anything else. Or they will not give me women. They will give me a 42-year-old man as a 23-year-old girl before they give me another woman my age, my sexuality, anything. And it's so ridiculous. But you can change your preferences of like what specifically you're looking for on there. So if you are someone who's just looking for women, just looking for males, whatever the case may be. But that's the only downside to that. But if you want to actually meet people, okay, or at least for me, okay, Cupid has always worked the best. I stay on there. I don't think Planet Fish even exists anymore. They might be, but they're scammer central. Was there anywhere else? I don't think I've gone anywhere else. I tried Tinder. I never really got matches like that. And it always feels every time I've gone on there, it feels scummier and scummier. Not saying others aren't. All dating websites are pretty scummy, but I would say they're pretty scummy. Yeah, I would go okay Cupid, but you could try Tinder and whatnot. And I wouldn't say you probably would find love, but you might. You might. It depends on what you're looking for. Usually, if you're well, no, I feel like especially because the pandemic, people around here looking for it. No, but right, we were talking about men my age are kind of worse in the sense of dating, mainly because men my age are children. We are children. Sorry, excuse me, I bite my lip. It's like talking to a brick wall. It's like talking to a banana about anything to do with your feelings. Everything, and I get. How can I explain this? It's probably because of who I am and how I am, and everybody's not like this, and I get that. Just being honest with people, I think men are under this assumption because of the culture we have as younger people that you have to lie to get anywhere, that you have to be and look a certain way to get anywhere with somebody because they're not going to want you regardless. That to find true love, you have to be doing this, that, and the third, and look, this, that. And the reality that what it could be is that you're just honest. If you want to fuck, just say you want to fuck. If you want a friends with benefits moment, just say that. If you're looking for a relationship, just do that. If you're just looking for somebody to fuck and then be done with, just say that. So it's very hard for me to talk to those type of people because they waste my time. If you're just there to fuck, just say that. We can just fuck. If that's all you want, if that's all you need, if that's all that is needed from you, that's cool. There are people who genuinely want that. Like, they act as if, specifically when it comes to women, I'm just specifically talking about men right now. Specifically when it comes to women, that we don't want that honesty. We want you to play games with us. We really don't. I don't know who told you guys that lie. We don't want that. I know that half of us will tell you otherwise. I promise you, don't listen to those half of us. We don't want that. Just be honest. And it's like, okay, I don't want that. No, thank you. And that could be the end of it. I'm saying every woman will react that way, but most of us will. They'll just be like, no, thank you. You know, I wasn't looking for that, or I just didn't want. I'm looking for something long term. You know. And so that's a lot of what it is me being like, oh, you're looking for that, like me ripping that information out of these people, ripping it out of them. It's the most frustrating thing of life. If you want to fuck, just say that. Please do not have me sitting here ripping that information out of you. Like, I have to beat it out of you for you to tell me. And then they finally tell me, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what you want? Cool. No, thank you. And then we're done. And then we're done. Then you can move on to the next one. And because you're mad because you have to go to more than 10 people to find someone who's not in for that, when you've been lying on your profile saying that you're not into that either, it's infuriating. You know? And so, you know what I mean? Also, you got to respect my time as much as I respect yours. Okay? If we're gonna go out somewhere, respect how far I am from that place. Respect my pockets, because everybody doesn't got it like that. I hate that. Is the thing in general with men, older and younger. In general, please stop acting like you are better than who you are. That shit pisses me off. If I have a mental problem and you have a mental problem, please do not pretend as if you're smarter than me or better than me or you understand it more than me for some reason. Negro, we are in the same boat. And we both have a problem. Please don't act like your problem is better. Please don't act like my problem is worse and your problem is better. Why can't we just have a problem? You know what I mean? So please don't act like you're better than me for any other reason. But then when I finally act like you're better than me, right? When I treat you like you're better than me, then all of a sudden, I don't got it today. You like a lot of expensive places. You just like a this, and third. You said you had it. I'm lying about it. No, I'm not even lying about it. But I'm pretending as if I have it. When I'm struggling. Because you're acting like you have it. And calling me broke for not having it. So do you got it or not? You had that one time to show off. You don't got it no more all of a sudden? Because you never had it like that. Don't play with me. Because that shit pisses me off. Damn fireworks. It's not the 4th of July yet. You got one more day. They be doing that. Then go into like the shitty stands that are really right by the grocery stores to get more because they popped them all the day before. Like, can you stop? Fireworks? End it. It's not even all the way dark outside. Jesus. But like, that shit pisses me the fuck off. Don't do that. Don't do me like that. I had a friend who tried Tinder. They said it sucked. You can't even see who likes you without going through a paywall. Oh no, that's that shit. That's another thing. That shit happens on OkCupid as well. That's why I just low key mass, um, what's it called? Match for people. I just swipe through it all because wait, let me get my earrings getting hooked to my hair. Give me a second. Because I'm not paying for shit. I'm not paying for read receipts. Nothing. I'm broke. I'm not doing that. That's why I just mass swipe on shit. I don't even read the profile like that. Or you can send an intro to somebody. If you really like me or you really want to say something, or I really want to say something to somebody, I'll just send them a little intro. And unfortunately, all the intros don't pop up. So if you think that I'm just ignoring you because I didn't send you a message back for your intro after a year or so, I promise you, OkCupid just never showed me it, and that's just the way it is. That's why I just swipe because somebody might have messaged me or something like that, and it won't show me until like it even comes up as an option. And so I'm just like, all right, cool. And it's frustrating, don't get me wrong, and they're trying to make money off of that shit, and that's cool. I ain't that person. I love it. I don't need to find love. I'm not that desperate. If you're that desperate where you're paying for it, I'm sorry. Don't do that. Don't be that desperate for somebody else's love. Don't do that. Don't do it. Just let that shit come naturally. You don't have to you don't have to you should not have to and you do not have to pay for love. I'm telling you right now. That's not even me making a crack about people being desperate. It's just don't don't pay for something like that. They're because the only reason they're doing that is so you'll pay for it, and it's not because you need it. It would never be because you need it. Because if you actually needed it, they would trust me. They wouldn't. They just make you feel like you needed it. Like it's fine. Like you will find somebody without having to pay to see people who like you. Because usually you think, oh, well, it's easier because they like me. I promise you, the people who like you, we just read your profile. That doesn't mean that we're going to be your fucking dream person or whatnot. Half the time we barely read your profile. Half the time we did read your profile. Half the time we just thought you looked interesting. But that's everybody. That's not just them. That's the people who just scroll past or just random. Or sometimes people just do what I do. We're just scrolling, just swiping right and just not even thinking about it. Cause I'm open to anything. I hate it here. I hate this neighborhood. Uh, hello. That's a lot of stuff. Banked Bambi be like, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for saying that and being here listening to my rants about absolutely nothing. But yeah, like I said, it's probably the same person. Like you're gonna find love the same exact way. It's more of your discernment that's gonna get you anywhere. Of like, if you, yeah, make sure you were really getting to know this person before you were giving them anything. Like a lot of people are the first thing they want to be like is, well, I want to have your number. Or, let's trade this or Snapchat. If they ask for Snapchat, I would be worried. I'm not gonna lie to you. First of all, who uses Snapchat anymore? You just used it because you've been using it. Second of all, why do you want my Snapchat? What is the difference between this app and Snapchat? Nothing. At that point, I'm gonna give you my number. Like at that point, I'm giving you my number. Like there's literally no reason, and it's because it's not like you're not going back on this app. That makes no sense. Like you're not telling me as somebody in their 20s, you're not going back on this app to talk to other bitches. Even if you're just talking to me, you have this app because of that. Like I'm not gonna give you a different app's thing so you could that makes no sense. Like actually, like there's motive behind that. Like people don't realize they don't you don't just do or say things just because. And you may not feel that way, but like that shit don't make no sense. I hate when people ask for my Snapchat. I have a Snapchat, but that's for my sugar daddies. That's not for you. That's for people I actually have to ghost. That makes me feel like that's what you want it for. Maybe you don't. That's totally understandable. But like, shit pisses me off. I'm just like, no. Either message me on here, and then when I get to know you more, I'll give you my number. Cause like, what's the point? But that just makes you feel like you're a killer. Like at that point. Do 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 do. Just a little bit too big. I don't know what she is, but I'm going to finish her later and give her clothes and whatnot. Is she cute? I like her. God, they're outside, like outright outside. Oh, that's another thing that's been pissing me off lately. My neighbors. I'm sorry, I didn't even do the whole rant about younger people in this type of thing. I was mainly doing the one about older people. Actually, I was mainly doing the one about older people because I'm specifically talking to an older guy right now. But yeah, younger people are pretty much just the same thing. They're just a lot more naive, and they actually don't know shit. Again, I say this before, like I said before, I'm gonna say it again. I don't know everything, nor do I pretend to know everything. I actively am telling people like I don't understand that. I don't know what that means. I don't get what's happening there. I don't know what you're talking about. But younger people are genuinely just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Couldn't figure it out. But I don't care. You know what I mean? It's just like, bro, again, that's fine if you feel that way. Just go over there. Could you just like not pretend like you do? Or pretend like the things you're doing are acceptable? That shit is bothering the shit out of me. How long have I been streaming? Think I can rage quit because of this, because of these fireworks? Is it acceptable time for me to rage quit? Because, not gonna lie, I was having a good rant there, but I keep hearing popping, and that shit's bothering the shit out of me. I'll give a few more minutes before I leave. It's like, that popping's gonna fucking drive my. You hear me blowing braids down on stream? Yeah! I was murdering myself. Yay. I want. Yeah. I want to end my existence right now. It's more. Wait, what did you say? It's more sus if they ask you for your phone number to me, because the number just seems more personal than the Snapchat or Instagram. Well, no, that's true. But I meant like, don't ask me for any of it. We're on this app. I've known you for 5 seconds. You don't know my last name. You barely know anything about me. We haven't gone on one date. Stop asking for my information. You have this app because you want to find me on this app and talk to me on this app. Talk to me on this damn app. Okay, when I get to know you, or I like you enough or feel comfortable enough to give you my information, I will give you my information. Do not ask for my social medias, because that's just another way for you to get my information. Like, sure, you don't know a lot about me, but then you can see personal pictures of me, or you can see if I'm doing this, that, and the It's just another way for you to stalk me. And like, I get it, but can we just not? Snapchat is for middle schoolers. It really is. It really is for middle schoolers. It feels like, because like, who's using Snapchat like that? Oh, the middle schoolers. Oh wait, because because what are you doing? Like, what are you doing on Snapchat? What are you? I've never seen someone make a story or anything like that. It's interesting. Instagram stories are more interesting for people. Snapchat stories are just boring as fuck. Like, it's a whole thing. But again, excuse me, that was a lot. It's just, people are just annoying. I just, in general, love has been really shitty. It's been very hard to find someone that I can just communicate with. I like talking, and I'm very open when it comes to most people. But it's so easy for me to just shut down on you, and it's so difficult for you to get that open communication with me as soon as I start shutting down. You know what I mean? And I don't just shut down for no reason. Like, you have to do some shit for me to start shutting down. And people just, all people have been doing is making me go right back into my little bubble, because I'm just like, I don't want to be yelled at. I don't want to be screamed at. I don't want to be talked over. I don't want to be dismissed. And if you start doing shit like that and I don't know you, I don't know you from a can of paint. It's been a month. It's been a month. It's been a week. And you start doing that shit to me already and dismissing my feelings and acting like I'm stupid. Why would I want to talk to you? And I just start shutting down, and I just, you can't get that. Like, it's hard to get that back. It's not like you can't get it back. It's just hard. Because I don't want to open up to you for you to do it again. And then if I can't communicate with you, and I can't tell you that, not even that you did something wrong, I can't tell you why you did it and why that affects me, especially if you keep shutting me down. And then it's just saying here like, okay, cool. And it's frustrating, because then they'll get mad that I agree with them. And then they get mad that I'm not talking to them. I'm not doing this, that, and the third. And it's like, I don't, what you want from me? And then my first inkling is to talk about it. But I can't do that because they're scum. You know what I mean? So, I'm not call them scum, but like they're bad at communicating. So my first thing is to communicate. Hey, I'm doing that because I don't feel this, that, and the third with you. And then they'll immediately shut it down. I'm like, okay. Then what's the point of me talking? Like, what is the point, actually? Like, people want to think they know what communication means. Communication means listening as well as responding, and understanding as well as responding. Just because I disagree with you doesn't mean I didn't listen to you, doesn't mean I didn't know what you're saying, doesn't mean I don't know your argument. It just means I don't agree with you. And that's okay. But if you are misinterpreting my argument, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying, and I'm trying to clarify with you, so at least you understand why you disagree with me, then you're not a good communicator. You're not a good listener. You don't care. If you don't even know why you're disagreeing with me, and you're good with not knowing why you disagree with me, but then you disagree with me, that shit pisses me off. Like, don't do that. Also, if you guys just want to draw fan art with me, that'd be great, because I've been really shitty feeling right now, and like that would be really great if you guys did that, because then I feel like I'm not talking to nobody. I'm joking, but also kind of not, because I kind of miss my fan art. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I know I don't do art anymore, or I don't do art much anymore. I really am trying to get back. My depression's been hitting me like a fucking brick, and it's been very difficult to keep up. You know what I mean? So it's been kind of hard for me to want to do art and stuff like that, because I'll do commissions, because commissions are like somebody's paying me to do it. But somebody asked me a while ago to do like a penis for them, and it's like a person that I am like interacting with right now. I guess a friend, an acquaintance. I haven't known them for that long. I don't think I call them a friend, but an acquaintance, right? And like they want, I keep seeing and starting to do it, and then immediately stop doing it, because it's like, it's not a commission. It's not a commission where like they're paying me like that. It's just something that I want to do for them. We're all kind of broke right now, but I start doing it, and then my depression hits, and I'm just like, God, it's not like I don't want to do it. I just don't want to finish it. Or I feel like it's like this piece right here, this one, where I'm just like, this is really good, but I just don't want to finish it. And I gotta correct it and stuff, and then I'm just like, and then I just don't end up not doing it. And I feel like if I got that like feeling to do it, where I didn't feel like forced or feel like, this person paid me money, then I could do it, but I just haven't done it yet. And I really need to fucking get on that, because I feel like I also just want to finish it for them, because I said I would do it, and I need to do it. I don't like not doing shit for people, or like, you know what I mean, not following through. And then sometimes it's just really difficult. You know what I mean? Because like depression, it hits, and then it's like, God, I want to do this thing, and I just haven't done it yet. So it's kind of difficult for me sometimes, but I'm gonna finish it today, because I need to finish that. I need to finish that video. I'm gonna do both tonight. I'm doing them tonight. I do need to figure. I need to find the reference picture I had for their stuff. Either I need to go back into my Discord, or I need to find it on my computer to finish it. I don't. I remember the colors for it, but like it's a like the specific thing has like a not a droid. What are they called? Stormtrooper? I don't know. It's something that looks similar to something in Star Wars. And I'm like, there's specific colors that have to go specific places, so it can't be like I'm spitballing what it looks like. Or at least I don't feel good doing that. So. We were talking about love, and I was going on a whole rant about love and okay Cupid and how every man sucks. It's not actually every man, but like how a lot of the men I've been finding, almost all of the men I've been finding on there suck ass, and I've been really sick of it, and it's been very frustrating because I just want communication and simple things from these people, and I'm complicated because I expressed that to them, and somebody that says they were a therapist just had an argument with me because they're telling me to do something, and I'm telling them, no, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, and they called me manipulative, and I was deflecting because I was trying to understand what they were saying and communicate. And this is why I don't go to therapists. He is the reason why I don't go to therapists or psychologists. They swear they know what they're talking about until someone challenges them on what they're talking about, and then they don't explain. He literally told me, I asked him what he meant by me getting a mentor, and he was like, you should have somebody that you can, basically he was like somebody you could look up to. And I was like, what does that mean? What do you mean? Because maybe I'm not understanding what mentor is, like you're understanding what mentor is. I'm seeing a mentor as one specific person I get a good amount of knowledge from, look up to, and take that information that they give me, do you get what I'm saying? And use it in my daily life as someone I look up to at all times. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And the reason why I do not like mentors, and I don't like that type of thing, is because it limits the actual knowledge I can get from people. Because if I have this one person that I trust to give me all this information, I am trusting that they have more, like a significant amount of knowledge that most likely they do not have. You know what I mean? Now we want a mentor that's not close to me or somebody who does that type of stuff. Sure, I could get somebody, but again, this is one person, and they're limited by their experiences, by what they have looked up, what they have researched, and that isn't everything. They don't know everything. That's why I don't get like mentors and people like that. That gives that person this power of they know everything when they do not. I can trust people on their opinions. I can ask people on their opinions, but at that point I don't need a mentor. I just need to expand my horizons on people, or different people, their different experiences, what they know, and I can just do that by listening to people. I do not need a fucking mentor. And I was trying to explain that to them. I had to like really deep explain to them, like, that is what I fucking mean. Instead of them just be understanding like, hey, yeah, maybe she's right on how she feels, and maybe that's understandable that she feels the way she feels and she does not need a mentor, but he just doesn't want to hear that because that's what he has and that's what he thinks is good. And I'm just like, but that's not what I think is good. And that's why I explained to him, my lifestyle is not something that can be explained. You just have to understand it. Not even just have to understand it, you really have to experience it with me. It's not something that I can just tell you and then you'll understand immediately. You really have to experience exactly what I'm saying, because you could hear me say that, but for me to really show you what I'm trying to like say by that, you have to start doing it too. Not religiously, just like, instead of just listening to this one person you like about this subject, I'm gonna send you 4 more people all talking about their different experiences on this subject, and that's where you really will understand what the fuck I am talking about. Like, it's not an easy process. Nothing I do is an easy process. It takes time for me to develop the understanding that I do, because I don't like to understand shit at a surface level. I don't like to understand stuff at an academic, quote unquote, level. I want to understand it at people's personal levels. I really want to understand what the fuck I am talking about. So when people sit here and try to talk to me like I am dumb, I don't like when people I don't like when people do that. Because I'm not talking just from, well, I'm right and I'm right and I'm right. I'm trying to tell you, yes, this could be right, but also someone else could feel some different way about it because of their different experience. And people that try to shut that down, that immediately tells me that they're closed minded and I think that they're right and they're right and they're right and they're right and they're right. And I can't stand that. And so it was like really frustrating. And that was kind of my whole thing was that people, this is why I'm alone. I choose not to engage with that. It's not as if I couldn't just shut. I know what to do. I could just shut up. I just be like, okay, all right, cool, yeah, yes. It's not. It's not hard. I was a people pleaser. It's not hard for me to do that. I don't want to. I don't want to live life like that. I'm just miserable at that point. I don't want to be miserable. Like it gets frustrating. You know what I mean? So like, you know, I don't like I don't want to call myself a free spirit because there are certain things attached to those words. So I don't like to give myself a label, not to be like, I don't want to label myself. I genuinely don't because people just attach things to those words and that's what they assume I am instead of just getting to know me and hearing what I'm saying. And so it's very frustrating because I tend to do that and I label myself certain things and people immediately assume that that is all I am is their depiction of that thing. And it's very frustrating because if you think that with everybody, period, they're this depiction of what you think that thing is, it just bothers the shit out of me. Because I'm saying there's no outliers, there's nobody who's different. That's just what it is, and that's what it is, and what it is, what it is. It's just like, oh, that shit's frustrating as fuck. That shit's frustrating as fuck. Let me drink this water. Ooh. Also, I get you. I don't like giving people random people my personal information either. That's why I just don't give anybody anything. I just like unless I trust you with my phone number, I'm not giving you shit. You're not getting my Instagram, my Snapchat, nothing. You're not getting my email, not nothing. Nothing. Also hello. I already said hello to you, but hello. Oh, my friend has excuse me. Okay. Also, my friend has told me that people on Tinder are more eager to want to trade their Snapchats instead of just sticking to chatting on Tinder. Yeah, that's a red flag because that tells me that you don't talk to enough people on here. Because again, that's weird. Like, it's weird. I don't know. Something about that just is weird. I get that, but like, that is that's just odd to me. I don't know. It doesn't mean that you're immediately a weirdo, but that stuff just that's just it's a red flag to me. I'm not saying I just won't talk to you, but it's just like a noted type thing. Also, I just got that. I don't know why it took me just now to get that. Luna with the tuna. I get that. I get it now. I get it. I get it. It took me way too long. I get it though. I get it. I get it. That's funny. I was on my rant, so I didn't really register what was happening there. I get that. I get it. I get it. I get it. uh, yeah. They have such a weird topic for me. Oh, what? Wait. Bias combos and social dynamics are so hard for me to deal with. Mm-hmm. Pretty much. It sucks, bro. I rely a lot on people not getting to know you and understanding your viewpoint things. Yeah. People will make people make assumptions about me on the smallest thing and then think they know me. Once I a Discord once I think you meant I in a Discord server, I was bullied into sending a pic of my arm because I said the N word in the chat. Wait, what? They said that I typed like a white girl who uses TikTok because I use this. Ah, first of all, do they know black people? Were they black? Because I'm like, I don't know white people. That's a black TikTok. That's a black Twitter thing. Is that not saying like ski? Because that's how I read that as ski. Like, I read that as that because like black people be doing that all the time, and it be confusing the shit. I'll literally do that to people, and they'll be so confused. Like, what does that mean? What is that noise? Like, ski. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is that not a black thing? Like, I'm confused. I'm confused. The mods turned on me and claimed I was fishing for sympathy and that was brace baiting. When? When? I don't. Wait. I don't think it's any specific race that does that. I think it might be part of AAVE. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure because I don't know actually where that originated from. I just see that on Black Twitter. I barely ever see white people doing that. It's like white people saying chili. It's saying chili instead of child. You know what I mean? Like I never see white people doing that. And maybe on TikTok they do, but I only really see black girls doing or saying that. I don't. By the way, I only even got that from. I only started seeing that when I started following Trey Melvin because I thought for some reason I was following black people, but I was just following black people who just weren't that like in to black culture like that. But then when I started following people like Trey Melvin and people that were more into black culture, I saw it more and I was like, yeah, I guess it's a black Twitter thing, right? Because I only see that on black Twitter. Yeah, maybe I'm out of loop there. But even then, first of all, you shouldn't have to. Well, I can understand them asking to see a picture of your arm. I can understand that because it's like, are you black? Because they just be lying now. They really just be lying now. Everybody just wants to be black. So I can kind of understand that, but also like, there's really no way to technically know if you were black or not. You know what I mean? Because you could just be a light skinned black girl. You could be a mixed black girl. You could be like half and half and just get the phenotypes of a white person and the look, you know what I mean, or the skin tone of a white person. Yeah, there are so many options. Uh, but yeah, they're weird. They were weird. That was a weird thing that they did. Don't talk to them no more. Okay. But yeah, I don't know that's any race. I don't know the origin of like ski from. Uh, it might be. It might be a thing more in the. Usually, it's either something in the gay community or something in or the LGBT community in general, or it's something in the black community. Usually, when I see stuff like that, so it might be. It might have came from somebody. I mean, being caught in 4K was technically like wasn't that a thing from RDC? Like, didn't they start that whole trend of like being caught in 4K? White kids use that all the time. YouTubers I know that were saying that was cringe use that legitimately now. So like, I don't know anymore. Completely separate topic, but the members from the same server sent me an anti-LGBT GIF and picture, but he was 14, so I never told the mods. That's weird. They're weird. Literally the only people I knew that use Kiki are black people. Also having friends with different opinions is so important. It is. And like not just even having them, actually listening to those different opinions. And it's just frustrating because like again, it's the old people. They're just stuck in their ways. They're just in the fucking mud, and they don't want to hear that. They're just like, no, 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 I'm right. Good job. Like, it's the most frustrating thing. I gotta look up. I gotta put a note about that because I need to look up the origin of that word, or not that word, but that usage of that saying. I guess. I guess. Yum, yum. Let's go with that. Yum. Uh, it says the ski from RuPaul. Oh, okay. So it was more of a. Okay, okay, okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. These are from the. I told you these are from the LGBT or from Black people. Maybe it's from both. If it's specifically from RuPaul saying it, then yeah, technically it's from both the you thing. But actually no. Is he RuPaul's gay, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's gay. I actually don't watch him, nor do I know anything about him. So like he could be straight and just be like a drag queen and that's fine. But I don't know. I just don't know him like that. Which is crazy. You would think that I would. I don't know. I have never I enjoyed RuPaul's race for the outfits, but I genuinely just like RuPaul as a person. I could never connect. That's fine. It's not like it didn't kill me. I don't hate the man, but hey, all right, yeah. Well, actually, I don't know. He might have some drama behind him. I don't know. I don't know him like. I don't know him like that. But yeah. Again, yum, yum. Even when I say yum, it's like because I heard somebody say it instead of I think it was a Trey Melvin thing. I think of like there's no, I think it was a Zachary Campbell thing actually, because they were saying yeah, they're just like yeah, yum, 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 and it's just like I just got it from there. So like sometimes I just be saying stuff. I don't know. uh, yeah. I had a friend group. I would have heat opinion and conversations, and we would start talking about outfit ideas. It's just like that's literally my conversation or me and my ex's conversations. It's like we'll have heated debates and shit and get angry at each other sometimes, and then we'll just be fine the next day. Because just because we disagree on each other and just because we're having an active conversation or a heated debate about something does not mean that we hate each other, we don't like each other, or we dislike each other. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that we got angry, which is a normal emotion to get around someone that you care about. If you can't get angry, sad, or frustrated around someone you care about, that's not a safe environment for you to be in. I'm just saying. Or at least for my type of relationship that I am in, that is not a safe environment for me to be around. If I cannot express my emotions with the emotional person I am, it's not something I don't want. I don't want to be in that type of situation. I don't like being in those type of situations. So if I can get mad at my ex, and that was like that was the best part about our relationship. It was like at the ending, we could just talk about anything, get mad, and then be like some food, and then that'd be the end of it. Because it wasn't like that was important. We know later, we know after the debate is over that like yeah, shit didn't fucking matter. It was just a conversation we had. That was that's it. You know what I mean? It depends on who it is, how they take it seriously, and what you do afterwards. Like, just because I'm getting angry in the moment does not mean that 2 seconds later I won't realize how stupid I was for getting angry and we won't move on. Like, it's a whole thing. Uh, uh, aw. I'm sorry that you're moving soon. I won't, like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Rue is gay, but he is admitted he no longer likes drag, but the money supports him and his husband. No, I get it. Sometimes you don't like the stuff that you're into. You're not passionate about it anymore, but that money, it'd be looking great. That's why I stayed in daycare for as long as I did. I was like, sometimes I'm not as passionate about this specific daycare. I still like child care in general, but I'm not as passionate about the daycare. But that money, I needed to feed myself. Yeah. And when I start hating art, it'll be the same exact thing. Art sucks, but this money, I need to feed myself. You know, the anti-oop guy. I I think I know the anti-oop guy. Anti-oop. I don't use that phrase very often, but yeah, I believe I know. I've seen the video often. I like him. Every time I've seen a meme or something of him, or actually I don't know their pronouns, them. We're going with them right now. Every time I've seen a picture of them, they seem really nice. They seem like they'd be a nice person. You know when someone just seems like they would be a nice person? They seem like. Oh wait, it originated from him apparently. Oh. Ew. I didn't know that. That's why I like looking stuff up, because I want to make sure I know shit. Because, like, I was like, oh, well, I've seen it here. You know what I mean? It's like, that's why I don't I'd be really weary of, like, certain TikTokers and seeing a dance or trend from them, because they just be lying to their teeth. I started this trend. You guys need to credit me. It's like, didn't, like, X person start this, like, months ago? Shh. I started it. It's like, but you did. Shh. You can't prove it. But I got the proof. Shh. Just. It's hilarious, though. Low-key, I'm this close to getting back with that boy. Because at this point, you know when it's like, and I have to stop myself, because it's like, you know when it's like, you are better, you feel better being in something that you're used to than actually being in something that is healthy. That's how it is with me and him, where it's like, ignore that. Fireworks, neighbors that want me to strangle them. But yeah, it's like I want to go back to that relationship only because it's something that I'm used to. I don't even, that's the worst part about having problems like mine. I don't remember why I don't remember fully why we broke up. Be 100% with you. I don't remember. I don't remember. But I know it was something serious enough to where I was like, this is a deal breaker for me. I can't get back with you, even though I do not remember. It's not one of those like, oh, I forgot, haha, because it meant nothing. It's I forgot because of my mental my mental disorders and how I blank out when something is like super dramatic. And I was having a panic attack while I was telling him why I was breaking up with him. So I know for a fact that like it was important, but my mind was just like, this was really traumatic for you. Erase that from your mind, okay? But I know it's something that's like, that's just who he is, and he's made it very clear that like he's not gonna change it. And I'm like, that's fine. You know what I mean? You don't have to fucking be different for me. We've made that, you know. But I'm also just like, man, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of going and seeing a bunch of shit that I'm not used to. You know what I mean? I'm not used to like not being able to communicate with somebody, and it, don't get me wrong, it took a long time for me to be able to communicate the way I do with my ex, the way I do. But it's just like I don't want to go back through that, you know, and especially when it's somebody who's unwilling. Because with him, he wasn't willing, and we had to kind of talk around that. So now that he, you know what I mean? So now that I know that, like, yeah, it's just a lot of people aren't willing to do that. It's like, okay, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what age, because I date people older than me, they're not willing to do it. I date people younger than me, they're not willing to do it. I date people in the middle, they're not willing. It's just, there's somebody out there who will, and I just gotta find them. But sometimes you just get tired, and you're just like, but I want to go back to the old. And it's like, don't do it, bitch. Don't go back to the old. It's not worth it. But yeah. I'm not gonna. But sometimes. Sometimes. That's so cute. Also, I'm thinking about changing up my e-girl aesthetic, but I don't know if I should or not. fucking, oh my god, that's so cute. And have you ever, okay, I'm obsessed with this. And I want this to be a thing. And why this isn't a thing yet, I don't understand. And I'm going to show you exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Because, like, this fucking needs to be a fucking thing. Can I do it? No, they're not. Fuck. Is there an airbrush tool on here? There's not. Fuck. Damn it. Fine, I'll just go ahead. Excuse me. Sorry. How do I make this? I'm assuming that kind of works, but it's not really the feeling I'm looking for right now. That's just gonna have to work. So, like, this is something I am obsessed with, and I want to do this to myself so fucking bad. And, like, bro, I just need to figure out how to fucking do it. If I had the money to fucking do it, it would already be fucking done. I am so obsessed with this. I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. I'm gonna show you guys on here so you can understand exactly what I'm trying to say, because God, it's so difficult for me to say it. Remember what this was on. I think it was at 10 was what it was on. And then we go to my eraser and then take away the hardness entirely. A little bit bigger. No, I can't. Fuck. Damn, how do I do it? No. Is the density? Is that what I'm thinking of? Yes, it is the density. Okay. Kind of works. Kind of works. Yeah. Okay, that works a bit better. Yeah, that works a bit better. It's not gonna illustrate exactly what I'm trying to do, but like it's good enough. Is there a blur tool? No. God. I will show you guys maybe later in a different thing, but like I remember what the density was on. Can we just default the brush? How do I do that? How do I do that? How do I turn back to its default settings? That thing? No? Okay. Well, I don't even know what the hardness was at. Yeah, this'll work. I don't care. But, okay. So that kind of doesn't show what I'm talking about. But what I'm trying to portray, get that thing. What I'm trying to portray is I love that look of like it's very dark, but like it's dark with like a gradient down from the hands. Like, you know, like usually witches or things like that will have it where their whole hand is black and it just gradiates up their arm. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. That is beautiful, and I just found something on Pinterest that I've been wanting to do for so fucking long, and I want to do it. I don't know how or what's the best way to do it, but this girl has that, but like on her legs, and they're like pink and it's grading upwards. I want that on my hands and my arms, and I want that to just be a thing. Low key, I want someone to do that to my hands. I want that tattooed on my fucking hands. And I'm this close to paying somebody, whatever I have to pay them, to have one hand that is just black. That is just black ink all over my hand that is gradiated up my arm. That's all I fucking want right now. And that's probably not a realistic thing that can happen. But if I could pay someone, I would go through every pain, I would go through everything to do so. Everything. Also, what I did on these hands, exactly why, when I have a software, I stick to it forever. Because I can't do different softwares. Having to learn those will take me a long ass time. I have not been on this thing in a while. Of the past, what we did the other day. But yeah, that on my hands all over, like, oh my god, I fucking love that look. And I've been doing that with, like, I've been drawing, like, hands and stuff here or there to get me warmed up. I'll do that on all of them. I don't care. Because it's just so, like, I don't know, the look of it. And doing that in real life, having that on me in real life would make me feel, like, so good. I would, like, that's the top of alternative shit I want. That's the type of shit I want to do. And I want it so bad. That with, like, a cute little green froggy thing. I saw somebody have, like, a cute, like, froggy bonnet. I'm buying it. I don't give a fuck what happens. I loved it. I loved it. And, like, and then you kind of draw on veins and shit. Like, it's going up your arm like it's a disease. Oh, gosh. That's why that's why I think I specifically like when people do that type of thing on their neck, because I've seen that, like, gradient thing happen when it comes to, or not that, yeah, a gradient, or at least that, like, that type of dark look when it comes to, like, people tattooing their neck like that. I am in love. I'm in love. It's so great. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, yes. That hand, which that you are currently doing, is exactly what I am referring to. Which you know, what I should have did. I should have just made. I should have just did it with a soft brush, or yeah, with a soft brush, and then just did with white and that color and did a gradient. I should have just did that. But, like, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That type of look. Oh my god, Alcoom, because I love it so much. Something about that look, like, in real life, doing that in real life, I should show you. God, I can't show you. Because I'll have to say it to myself and that's going to piss me off. Doing the steps to show you guys would just piss me off too much. But, like, I'll post it in the Discord. How about that? If you're in the Discord, you'll see it. If you're not, I don't know what to tell you. I'll post it in Discord exactly. I'll just post it in general exactly what I'm talking about, because I love it. But it's just, I love it. I love it on her legs. I want it in real life. I don't understand why people haven't done that yet. I've been wanting to do that for so long and trying to figure out, like, what's the right paint to do that with, how long it would stay, how it would bleed, what would happen. Just because I'm fatter, so, like, you gotta get through a lot of folds. Would I need to seal it up? Like, I just need to know. Like, that look with, like, a little hand over the face, like, you know what I mean? Like a white woman, like, it's you know exactly what I'm talking about, like a look that would just holding your face, like, I just can't express how great it would be. I'll stop. I'm sorry. By the way, all my art's gonna look like that by now. Like, for the rest of the time, that's all the hands, the body, the necks maybe are gonna look like. They're just that type of, like, gradient thing. That's gonna make me. I'm gonna be obsessed. I'm gonna be obsessed. I'm obsessed. We're doing a lot of commissions, but I can't do them. I don't even know what we were talking about. I just went on that and then the whole thing. I see sticky bangs. Wait, let me read what you guys are saying. I'm moving and I'm going to go to mostly white school, and I'm like super. What? not sure if you mean awkward or I don't know what you mean by that. But I'm assuming that you feel super like not good about it. Right, because I'll like sorry, it's not even you, that's just now I and two L's together look crazy always. Because yeah, because I'll be super like I don't know sticky sticky bangs. God, I don't even want to talk about sticky bangs. That's a whole other conversation about white people. I don't want to have a conversation about. No, but I get what you're saying. Like being in an all white school and shit. Like, I feel like if I didn't go into the high school that I went into, I would have felt like the racism would have been thick and heavy, and I would have just killed myself. Cause like I can't. But no, I get what you're saying. Listen, just keep your head down, do your work, and if anybody's racist towards you, blast them on social media. We will make sure that they are fired, whoever they are. And there's a whole month dedicated to you. We promise. But yeah, I can get what you're saying. Like I'd hate it. I'd hate that. My last week of school was crazy though. I'm gonna send a story about it in a few seconds. Okay. When you only know chaos, sometimes it's the only thing that feels safe. Pretty much. And like, I really should. Can't lie to myself. It was chaotic, yes. But I think what it's just the I like feeling safe. Like I don't have to worry about a lot. And though I had to worry about enough to where I just didn't feel like it was gonna work out anymore. I feel like I didn't have to worry about a lot with him because of how we just kind of worked through it. You know what I mean? A lot of it, but it wasn't a lot where like I wouldn't feel like I don't I've told him this that like I don't want it to be in a situation where I don't feel peace in my home. Like I don't want to be with you or living with you and I don't feel like peaceful in my home. I don't want to feel like everything I do or every step I make has to be monitored. Or, you know what I'm talking about. That's kind of how I feel with every person. It's like if I ever was with you in a home, I would have to like walk on eggshells, and that's not a fun feeling. And people were, and people try to tell you, no, it's not gonna be that way with you, and it's like that way with everybody else. So why would it be different with me? And if that's how you are, you know what I mean. Well, I can kind of understand. I'm kind of giving leeway to like people being stressed out and whatnot, but like, sometimes I have that inkling of like it's not because you're stressed out, and it's like It's that feeling. It is that feeling of like it's gonna be forever. But then again, I'm talking to like 7 people, so like maybe I'm also just stressing myself out and I'm thinking too much into it. I am hungry. That's my mom. There's food. Turn down the hardness for airbrush. Yeah, I probably should turn the hardness, maybe the density a bit more. I kept up density a bit more. But yeah. Yeah. I fucked that up. My bad. Thank you for telling me though. Now people making masterpieces on the canvas. Exactly. That's why I don't like on drawing with y'all. I'm talking about y'all make me feel immediately bad for everything I draw. It's just like nothing. Like y'all are artists. I'm nothing. Color theory my ass. Speaking of which, can we talk about the color theory scam on on TikTok? That's why I don't trust people saying color theory. Just don't say color theory. Stop using terms you heard in art school. That shit that didn't help you like that. Just say it's just color. When you figure out how coloring works, you know it. That's why I hate when people say color theory because They be trying to trick us. They really be trying to trick us all the way. I've seen people act as if gray eyes, gray, gray, gray eyes, because of the color theory, turn dark purple. I'm just like, bro, stop. Like you're fucking with people. That's not how color theory works. Like your gray eyes will not turn like this the fucking color of the person's hands purple. Like that's not how that works. You can't do that. That's not how that works at all. Promise you, you're fucking with them. And I'll see that shit and I'm like, bro, you're doing too much. Like don't do that to kids. Lighting does affect how everything looks. It because you're putting lighting is basically just putting a different color onto other colors and changing that color. Like it's you know what I mean? Like it's a whole thing. But like I don't know. People don't know how to when someone doesn't know how to simplify something in a way that you can understand it. That's 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 your that is your that is when you run. Because realistically, if you want to go to school and learn all the buzzwords you need to get into the industry, that's fine. But when you're trying to explain to someone something, like a beginner artist, something, just to explain it to them, and you can't simplify that shit, run. Run. Because that means they're just regurgitating what they heard, and they're just doing it out of habit. They didn't learn it. You know what I mean? When I say learn, when I consider something was learned, you know that thing. I learned my name. Okay, I don't just know that my name is Rachel. I don't just know that my name is Rachel. I know why my name is Rachel. I know why my parents named me that. I know the meaning behind it. I know the name Rachel. I've learned the name Rachel. You know what I mean? Like I can say I know it. I know Rachel. I know what my name is. I know the name Rachel, but I have learned the name Rachel because I know the shit behind it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does it make sense? So like when somebody tells me they know, like they've learned something, I'm like, have you? Like, explain it to me. Like dumb that shit down to me so I can understand it. Because the real reason why people just don't dumb shit down is so you can't understand. That's the whole point. Is so you can't understand it, or it doesn't. It's not. So it doesn't come easy. Some things you can't dumb down. Like obviously, if it's like neuroscience, like you can't dumb that shit down. But like, well, you know what I mean. To a certain degree, you can't dumb that shit down. But when we're talking about like something like color theory, we're talking about how to draw a body or something like that. Like you can dumb that down. Like it's stop. So acting like you can't explain to a baby artist why their anatomy is fucked up in the easiest way possible. Like the curve of your back or the curve of most women, not all women, but most women's back don't look like that. You know what I mean? We got boobs. Your boobs are up here. Boobs don't defy gravity. Nipples don't usually defy gravity. Okay, they're not up here by the chest. Or not by the chest, but well, no, yeah, up here by the chest, touching your chin. That's not how that works. They're down here. Most women in real life, in anime, you can put them perky as fuck. All women's boobs can perky apparently, but most people it sags. Sometimes their nipples don't go the exact way they're supposed to. You know what I mean? And a bra, depending on what way your nipple goes, technically, even whether it sags or not, it can look different. You know, it's a whole thing. You can explain that to people. That's not about drawing. That's just about how people are. You know what I mean? If you even when it comes to like shading or things like that, you can explain it. Other than light touches a certain place on the face. Well, what if the face is turned a different way? Well, you're just regurgitating what you heard. Like, explain to me why it touches that part of your face. It's like because there's a bone there. That bone is poking out, so the light's gonna touch that part of your face, and it's gonna cast a shadow on the other. Like, there's like. Artists are a scam. Digital artists are scams. We're scammers. but they really want you to go you know, pay $100 for their master class. I get why, be on your hustle, I get it, but like they are scammers, okay? Just, they will take your money if they can. I'm sorry, I went on a whole rant, didn't even read the rest of what you guys are saying. My bad. I think you press the brush in the left side by default, or for the default stuff. Yeah, probably. Sounds complicated. That would be painful. Yeah, I love an OC. I love an OC that kind. I love an OC with that kind of hand thing, though. I have like 3 of them. I technically only have. I think I have 3 of. No, I have 4. I think I have 4. Well, technically I have 5, but I don't use the 5th one. And if you technically check the alternate version of the one OC I have, I have 76. But I have like 5. I don't have that many. And I don't use them very often. I just like them. I just like to have them in my head. Lost lost my toothbrush. I have been told I would do very well in fashion school by so many adult teachers and peers. I don't even fully understand color theory. Sometimes you don't need to. People act like you need to. Sometimes you just gotta make something that looks fun. Sometimes color theory is more if you want to manipulate. A secret. Everything that most people teach you about being in the industry is basically just teaching you how to be manipulative towards your audience, which works if you're trying to go into that marketing. If you're marketing yourself and doing all that stuff, yeah, you're gonna need to know that. If you're not doing that and you don't need to do that and you don't need to do all that shit, okay, you don't need to know that. If you're just drawing for fun, if you don't give a fuck, you really don't need to know about color theory. You can just do stuff that you like. But if you genuinely want to put your art out there and get that following and then do that, and you want to have something that's more pleasurable to the audience, then yeah, so you should learn color theory. But everybody's not trying to be that. And I think that people conflate being an artist nowadays with everybody wanting to be fucking famous and shit. And it's just like, no. They're just acting like, how do you get your colors like that? They're not asking, how do you fucking like, is that the best way to, they're just asking like, how do you get your colors like that? And you can just show them like, oh, I do this, or just say, no, I don't want to show you that. Like, I think some artists genuinely just don't want to show because they believe it's like this home secret that nobody should know about. And I'm like, that's cool if you feel that way. I have no problem with you just being like, you don't want to do that, but like, just say that. If you don't want to show it, just say that. That's all I'm saying. And there's no shame in not wanting to share that, by the way. I understand that like you're an artist, that's your livelihood and something that makes you popular, you want to keep to yourself as long as you can so you continue to get popular off of it. It's not a shameful thing to do. You kind of do sound scummy in some cases, but like it's not shameful, I don't think. Um I don't know all the complementary colors. The complementary colors. God, which one is that? I gotta remember which ones are the complementary colors. Cause I always get them confused with the not the primary or the second. I always get them confused with the the. You know what I'm trying to say. Where are the complementary colors? I always get them confused. There's no shame in that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're younger than I am, so like, you have time. You have time to learn. What are the complementary colors? Complementary colors pairs are red, green, blue, purple, or red, green, yellow, purple, and blue, orange. Okay, so let me see if I can find a picture. to better understand it. I am young, as you I love the complementary colors, the ones that are like they're not they're not the main colors, but they're like the colors in between. God, I don't fucking remember. I'm not even fucking gonna remind. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't fucking remember. Let me find a good thing that shows them. But there's really not. There's not a good one. You would think, right? But for some reason, there's not a good example of them. It's either just a color wheel and them kind of. Oh wait, no, is this one? I guess. Well, no, I can see how that could be confusing as well. I'm not looking at all this. You can look it up yourself. Because like me trying to find it is like there's not a good like example that I can like specifically show you that's easy for you to see. It's usually just a color wheel and saying complementary colors, or it's the color wheel and showing them but not showing where they would be on the color wheel so I can explain it. So it's the whole thing. My point is, you can just, even if you just want to see find complementary colors, you can look that shit up. Or actually, what I do is you can just usually there are sites for like color palettes and stuff like that, so you can literally just use them if you really don't like. You really don't have to know shit. I'm not sure if they quiz you on it. That might be a thing. They might at one point quiz you on it. You know what I mean? When you go into your job or whatever, but I don't. I do shit online, so Also, if you're generous, you can commission me. Like, I'm pretty cheap. I haven't really doubled down on my prices yet because I feel like I should go up because of the economy. But I don't like, because before it was like $5. I think the maximum I had was like $20, and that was for like a full body with like, yeah, that was pretty much for a full body one. I feel like it should go up, I think it'll go up like maybe $5, $10 maybe. So like a headshot would be, or it was. To be fair, I was in a totally different art style doing that as well, so this is a whole other thing. But $5 would be for $10 would be for a chibi, like just for a full body chibi, and then there was $5 for a headshot. Because people usually don't really want like a full head, or they want like a specific look to it, which you can zoom in and zoom out to like take away some of the stuff, and then the whole thing. But there's $5, so that'd probably be $10 for a headshot. 15, or it was 15 for half, so I guess 10. Yeah, 10, 20 for half, and then I guess I could keep 25 for. No, well, I guess I could just go 30. 30 for a full body. And to be fair, I'm still working on my like commission sheet because I want to because the name and alias I went by when I was doing my thing on the thing before, or when I was doing it before, it was a whole thing because I don't like people being my. That's another thing people need to understand about me. That because I shut down too often, I don't tell everybody everything, and I've had a problem with my mom or my siblings or people around me learning about stuff about me, and then like it just makes me feel uncomfortable because it's either used against me or some shit like that. So I just don't like telling people about stuff, how I make my money, where it comes from. I don't like telling people about that in general. I'm not more open with you guys because I don't know you, but like I used to hide it. So I'm kind of just like ditching the old one, ignoring it and completely ditching it and just going on the alias I have here because I actually feel very comfortable under this alias, as much as I wouldn't think I would. I feel very comfortable underneath this alias, so I really like it. So it's a whole thing. Oh, she read, or I don't know who you are. I'm sorry, I don't know what you are, but oh, you're are two different things, and you're right. Teaching and understanding something are two different things, which I feel like it shouldn't be, but it is. Uh, Complementary equals opposite of the color wheel. Mmm. That's a yes. Thank you. Thank you for saying it like that. But yeah, pretty much. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. But again, I use like a color generator. So I don't even know. I don't think most people even do that anymore. They're like, oh yeah, like I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know many artists that actually use that strategy in the sense of like a color theory or whatnot. I'm sure they use it like unconsciously, but I've never heard someone that's their part of their process. It's always like I use a color picker, or I just thought these colors would be fun. Like in a sense of like they go off of it, but it's never been like what they start off of, like, oh well, we're just like most of the time they just use a color picker and then somewhat use like color theory and like maybe the shading or small details to kind of make it pop, and that's about it. But really, you can get away with doing that by just having a specific style that you found one day that works for you. And sometimes they just do that and then they just say that yeah, that's what it was, but then it comes out later they did. It's a whole thing. I'm talking about a specific person right now, so let me not be shady. But yeah, I don't, it's weird and it's the whole thing. But again, um I saw this site and I think this is the site. I don't know where the site is I usually use because I haven't used it in a while because I've been told to use specific colors and whatnot. So hmm. But yeah, there's a site I'm looking at right now that's called stop it please, computer. The site I'm looking at right now that's called colorhex.com. Like it's just color and then HEX. And that's a good one. Just ooh, that's actually a really cool one. I actually use this color palette. And it has little palettes that you can use, and I think you can pick from popular ones or random colors or whatever, and it just kind of just generates them, and it gives you like the little number for them too. So yeah, and I like this is really this cream color, this kind of cream looking color palette is actually really nice. I stopped drawing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've just been talking. My bad. But yeah, there are a lot of ways to do it. By the way, there's a lot of ways to do it. Everything doesn't have one right way. There are many ways to get around it, and it's another thing with people not being adaptive nowadays and kind of just doing things one way and it's my way or the highway. And it's like you gotta adapt sometimes. It's barely read that. uh, but yeah. it's just a whole thing. I'm sorry. What else would you guys say? Sorry. I don't know. Right, we read that. Also remember my stalker story? I do remember that. I use a color generator that let you drop a picture. It like translates them into colors. What is that? I need to know about that because there's so many times where I look at like a picture and I'm like, this would be a fire color palette, and I just don't have the mental capacity to like, cause I'm bad with that shit. If something kind of sometimes slightly inconveniences me, I'll just drop the whole thing. It is not with people. It's just like with genuine things. Like if a video game is like, here's a really difficult thing, you just need to get through it. I'm like, I don't feel like it today. I'll drop the entire game. I'm bad with it, but I've gotten better. But what is that? Now tell me about that one, because I need to know about that, because that seems really useful for me. Hooray! Yeah! Oons, 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 oons. What time is it? How long have we been doing this for? I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Oh, it's been 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah. I don't care. I need to move that chat thing though, because it's a little off screen a little bit. There we go. I'm sorry. Wow, that was that off screen the entire time. I need to lock these two. I feel bad. That's kind of, well, I guess, yeah, it's kind of blocking the person down there. Sorry, my bad. I gotta make it a little bit smaller, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know how you guys would see that chat, even if you wanted to, but I'll figure it out. Because when it comes to stuff like this, it's difficult for me to have the thing full screen because of that. But I'm sure if I can figure it out, is what I'm trying to think. I'm sure I can figure it out, but I'll have to do it later. Yeah, I have to do it a little bit later. Because you can't really see the chat either way. Can you? I think it's just for my, let's see. Yeah, even with the picture super clear, you can't see the chat anyways, so it's not like, I mean, you'll see it popping up, but you won't actually see the chat. So I think it's fine. I'll figure it out later. I'll tweak it later, but right now it's good. I think well, wait, I think a good art tip is reusing colors already in the drawing. That's true. That's what that's what I used to do, I guess, when I would do warm-ups anyways, was just kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I did that. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Now to say that, you know what's a good thing that I started doing that I actually really liked? I did that with the drawing that I had, the last drawing I made. I think I told you guys about this before, but I started doing it and I was like, that's really cool and I really like it, and I'm glad that somebody, I think it was TikTok, somebody showed me it, and I was like, that's really cool. I like that. That's really fun. I like playing with the line art in general. I used to like do a lot of different colored line arts. I usually change them at the end, but I used to at least start off with doing different colored line art, and I really liked it, but it would always be super distracting because I wouldn't have the right colors in the artwork to match with it, so it was like a whole thing. But like what I loved doing, and I think other people would like doing it too, is well, specifically I have Clip Studio Paint. So if you what's the words? Damn it! This is what I mean of like, I forget stuff. So I'm gonna pull it up right now so I know exactly what I'm talking about. What's that called? I should know it. I'm like blanking right now. No, don't do that. What is that called? Like if you have a thing and you have, let's say it's even whether it's the colors of different characters from the show, or it's just a rainbow thing, or just a different color. It could just be like a hot red, I don't know. And I like clipping that to the layer below So like clipping that to, I think it's either clipping it to the line art or putting it the other way. I forget which one. By like making, well actually I'm really, okay. Words. Make two of the line art. You know what I mean? Not to darken it, just have two of the line art and use the one underneath, like the one underneath the original. Clip a color to it, because I don't like you could also just like what was it, alpha lock? Is that what it's called? Well, you can just transparency lock is what it's called on here, but just transparency lock it and then draw over it and just have it like whatever color you want it, and then blur it a bit, not too much, but like enough to where you can see it underneath the original line art, and it gives it this really cute effect. That's kind of what I did. I think I also turned down the transparency on the original layer a little bit because I wanted it to pop. I wanted the the rainbow, or it wasn't a rainbow. It was the Warren High School Host Club drawing, and I wanted the colors from the other characters to like that. I wanted it to pop out a little bit more, so I turned down the opacity on it, and it just was very cute. It has a little like I don't know how to explain it. You can see it. It has a little rainbow effect on it, and I really enjoyed that. And I'm not sure I told you guys that already. I'm almost sure I probably did. I'm telling you again, I really liked it. I wish I should definitely start. Um, I said I should definitely start just. Actually, I'm probably gonna make a whole thing for that. I'll make a totally different channel that's just random art tips I find on TikTok. And I'll just post them there because there's a lot of them. Like a lot of the newer stuff I started doing or stuff I started implementing is shit I found from TikTok. A lot of my mental health I realized I found from TikTok. A lot of stuff I found from TikTok. Which is why I'm sad they're trying to ban TikTok, because like TikTok has been helpful. It's back in the day honesty from social media content creators now. So like they'll just tell you whatever, and I'm just like, that's great. I want to know everything. Please tell me whatever. I want to know everything. Anyways, I gotta go because it's like 11 o'clock. I haven't eaten today. I'm kind of hungry. I should probably eat, and I just haven't done it yet. Owie. My chin. I need to go wash my face. I'm musty. A lot's happening right now. And you guys are probably tired. What, it's like 11? Most of y'all probably have. No, you don't have school tomorrow because it's 4th of July. But, y'all, well, do you have school tomorrow? Is that thing? That holiday for kids still? Yes? Because I know people don't have work. Does that mean. Hmm. That thing? Am I wrong? Do y'all have school tomorrow? Y'all are probably tired. We've been talking. This has been a good conversation. I enjoyed this. This was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I like doing these where I just get to draw with you guys. Uh, it's nice. This is nice. This was nice. But I do have to go because I already see my mind like slipping every time I start talking. So I'm gonna go. Thank you. Is this real? Unfortunately, yeah, I'm ending it. I'm sorry. I would go on more, but I don't want to tire you guys and be like here for 100 years. So unfortunately, I gotta go. You know what I mean? But you can watch it back. It's always up. So you can always watch it back and hear me talk about absolutely nothing. But yeah, I'll tell you my experience on the next stream. But yeah, you should get some real. But yeah, I get it. I totally forgot that you're gonna tell us. I totally forgot. Yeah, you could tell me on the next one. It's fine. I know. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'll try. I will definitely. I'm not even gonna say I'll try. I will have that video out for you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna do it. I promise. It doesn't mean anything to you guys. I know. It's literally just a quick rant about nothing. It's not even anything significant. But I'm not gonna fall behind. Like I said, I was, or like I knew I was gonna. I'm gonna do stuff. It's just a little bit difficult. Depression's kicking my ass right now. Just be patient with me. It's not. I'm just boring. I don't like to talk about shit. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Also, I've never seen your name before anyway, so you're new. So hello. Thank you for watching. I enjoyed this. I will see you guys later. I will post this little thing we have here on our Discord if you guys want to see your artwork. Thank you for drawing the two middle me's that you had. I love all of your artwork, not just the ones that are me. I love all of you guys' artwork. The scary thing and the blue scary thing in the corner is freaking me out. But like, I love all of it. Thank you for your helps on the color theories and your small Sonics and your things from Minecraft. I'm pretty sure that is, or that's something from Minecraft, I'm pretty sure. And that thing looks like something from Animal Crossing. It looks like a male regular person version of something from Animal Crossing. And it's just, this was nice. And the poop, and it was all great. And I'm gonna go now because I'm obviously like losing my mind. Okay, I'm gonna go. Goodbye. Mwah.